special arrangements have been made for the specially abled voters, said Jharkhand Chief Electoral Officer Vinay Kumar Chaubey. The constituencies which will go to polls are Chatra, Gumla, Bishunpur, Lohardaga, Manika, Latehar, Panki, Daltonganj, Bishrampur, Chhatarpur, Hussainabad, Garwar and Bhawanapur. A culvert on Gumla-Lohardaga border was blown up by Maoists on Saturday soon after the voting began in the first phase of polls in Jharkhand. However, no casualty was reported and election officials claimed that the poll process was unaffected by the incident as per media reports. Ranjan said the poll process was unaffected by the incident as it took place in a forest area. The Maoists had reportedly asked voters to boycott the poll process in the state, in wake of which the state administration had made elaborate security arrangements to ensure peaceful polling. Polling is underway in 13 constituencies in 6 Maoist-hit districts of Jharkhand, wherein a state minister, 8 sitting legislators and state PCC president are key contestants. Now let's take a short commercial break. Coming up next, one-day national conference on science and technology for society held at DM College of Science, Imphal.
Hello.
Hello. Pakong ama chalake.
Chalo ne.
Chahi amagi plan toge haradi.
Oh, phau pambi thabiyo.
Okay. Chahi taragi plan toge haradi.
Pambi thabiyo.
Chahi chamagi plan di.
Ichabu afaba school da mahai tamhanbiyo.
Icha kaina afaba school haidi.
Lanai coaching tobugi awaba lehendaba. School du da dum chang na coaching tohanba.
Mama paga cha manana warak watembi ba.
Gym, aerobic, dance, football, thangta.
Mamang da 12 exam ki topper su putokraba.
Khwaidagi chawba, nanba, khwaidagi phaba school.
Last bakong. Kari school no.
Slopeland Public School Khongjom, chumabra?
Chumme, yam khangi ko.
Yes, only Slopeland Public School Khongjom.
Smart Tutorial Center. Revision course for class 10 and 12 will start from 9th December and foundation course will start from 13th December. Run by well-trained and experienced board and council teachers. Concession for ex-smart students. Transport facilities and separate hostel for boys and girls available. For details, please contact Smart Tutorial Center, Singzamai Supermarket, Radhesham Shopping Complex. Contact number 8730 999 192.
Takshila Institute, most trusted national brand with 27 centers pan-India. 21 plus years experience in NEET G coaching. Highly qualified IITians, NITians and doctor as permanent faculties. 25,000 plus success stories in the past 21 years. Online, offline, doubt clearing session. Study materials designed by Takshila Research and Development Cell. Smart class with centralized live classes from head office at Delhi. 24 hours Wi-Fi campus. Brought to you by Heritage Convent at Thangwaiban DM College Road, Imphal. Contact number 600 944 5522.
Welcome back after the break. A one-day national conference on science and technology for society with a subtopic Kumang 2019 was held today at the Department of Chemistry, DM College of Science, Imphal. The conference was jointly hosted by Kanglei, Kongyang, Tinyon and DM College of Science, Chemistry Department. Dean of Physical and Mathematical Science, Professor N. Rajmohan, said that if art and culture can represent Manipur across the globe and underlined on the need of fullest utilization of all the available resources in the state so that we do not depend on other states. Further, Rajmohan also stressed on the importance of embracing our culture and tradition and loving all living beings on this earth. The professor also urged that one precious time should not be unnecessarily wasted. Volunteers of Anti-Drug Committee, Kairang Komidog, under Kabisoy of Imphal East, got 4 drug users along with heroin from a location close to Chingya Lekai of Imphal East last afternoon. The volunteers later destroyed the seized heroin, and the drug abusers were handed over to their families. Some unidentified miscreants set ablaze piles of paddy sack in a field in Tera Khongsangbi area of Bishnupur district last night, according to a report. The reason behind the incident is yet to be ascertained. The Youth Department of Rongmei Naga Baptist Association Center Church, Imphal, RNBA CCI, today organized a one-day blood donation awareness camp on the theme Observing the Season of Love and Giving at the Blood Bank of Regional Institute of Medical Sciences, RIMS, Imphal. More than 20 members of RNBA CCI Tarung donated blood in the camp. Youth Pastor BACCI Tarung Gaipuichun Madangmei said that the objective of the event is to show love to every individual in the state by donating blood as Christmas is approaching. He felt that the blood donated today will help persons who are in need.
Discriminate tawdaba nungsiba universal love dune nungsiba habisino zati zat khaidaba class khaidaba adugumba nungsiba dune isorga nungsiba de akhoi ge hojik donate tawkraba iso receiver kanara akhoi khangde adu oirasu universally pi thokpa habiside akhoi kana akhoi ge reflecting the love of God haibne aduge haibugumna Christmas habiside pi thokpa haibdina there is joy in giving asise akhoi isorna Bible that akhoi na tak pibado akhoi na akhoi ge youth department ngasi dum pangthokpane.
Suraj Gokha of 5 Jammu and Kashmir Rifles Tulihal Company has distributed 10 sewing machines to the women folk of Malom Tuliyaima this morning. Another short commercial break now. Stay tuned.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi. Wedding sets karayenge.
Sure, ma'am. Sige shetsi anu yorokuni, ma'am. Imbi.
제 세상 파즈드로 세상 파즈드로 제 여기에서 우리
Mobile furniture and wedding season asigi hoina discount up to 30% ki khudong chao pijari.
Phare the siri parsia.
भैया 제 सेवी तोसे
Say booking tak sinjar.
Yang what?
Suktabadu Ludi.
Wow, the cook never rebalance.
Suktabadu Kongava Rebalance. Rebalance Habadi, electrolytes Amadi Energy. Rebalance.
Another one government get thaba ma soina phangba yargani ICS coaching center na 100% job phangnaba gidamakta guarantee pidron lagli India gi oina sarkar gi thaba kwaidagi masing ena phangaleba ICS coaching center Imphal da sohanagan ICS ki thoidoba officer singdi course amakhak ki preparation tobiraga tongan ba department singi haibadi banking railway post office home teaching defense court haibu singa sida thabak line phangalagani ICS ki teaching method na minute mari natraga manga changadaba question singbu second ahum natraga mari da solve to bangamale Imphal da laiba ICS coaching center da boarding ki khudong chawju thamjari for details please contact ICS coaching center Imphal kasam thong hodam lairak
मियामदा सेंगदोकचबा आइहाक लमजिंगबा ग्रुप की मार्केटिंग सेक्शन दा एग्जीक्यूटिव अमा ओइना थबक तौजरंबनी आइहाक ना इसागी ओइजबा खरगी येंगदुना लमजिंगबा ग्रुप की ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डिपार्टमेंट लैबा मी सादुना ग्रुप असिदा थबक हापीगनी हाइदुना मियोय अमदगी सेनफम खर लौरुरे मसिमक आइहाक की ख्वाइदगी चावबा इरालनी अमदी लमजिंगबा ग्रुप पु मिंगचत ताहनबगी थवोंग अमा हाइबदु ओइरे असिगुंबा थबक तौरुबा सि ग्रुप सिगी ओइना आइना हानबनी मतुंग ताबदसु आइना तौखिबा अरानबा सि अमु खन्ना तौरोय अमदी ग्रुप असिदा लैमिनरिबा पुमना मक्सु तौगे खनबिगनु इसागी इराल याजरी हाइना मियाम खंगना लमजिंगबा ग्रुप मरु ओइना ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डिपार्टमेंट की मफमदा सेंगदोकचरी वाफम असि कनागिसु थविन सिन याउदना इसाना सेंगदोकचबनी सेंगदोकचरीबा तोइजम जॉनसन सिंह कियामगई खोइरोम लैकाई सन ऑफ तोइजम ओंबी इंदिरा देवी
Private Sports Academy Guwahati na All Manipur Football Association yi makhada Khuman Lampakta lakliba December tang 13 taramathoy fauba training cum trial selection pangthok jaragani 2020 session gi oina class 3 dagi 8 fauba gi manungda leiba singna fazana sananabagi damak amadi lairik ningthina tamnabagi damak Private Sports Academy da lengsin birau Private Sports Academy Guwahati gi Manipur branch gi oina haiba sanaroi singa se logjagani loinana chahi tara nipal dagi kulhumdoi fauba gi professional football player kontra logjagani thagi salary lising manga dagi kontra fauba pigani akupa moral gidama contact tobiu 7005235638 natraga akhagi email abumcha542@gmail.com.
Welcome back. A convicted Islamist terrorist who spent part of his teens in Pakistan and released last year from a UK prison is suspected to be the man who stabbed 2 people to death in a terror attack on London Bridge yesterday. According to a media report, police have identified the suspect as 28-year-old Usman Khan, inspired by the ideology of Al-Qaeda terror group, was previously sentenced to 16 years in prison term for his role in the London Stock Exchange bombing in 1990. To be mentioned, in the stabbing attack, Khan killed 2 people and injured 3 others before he was shot dead by the Scotland Yard. Now let's take a look at the sports news. A friendly volleyball match was played between 43 Assam Rifles Moray and Myanmar Army 266 LIR at the latest camp this morning. 43 Assam Rifles Commandant Sumit Sood, Major Ankit Sharma also participated in the friendly match. Commanding Officer of Myanmar Army 266 LIR, Major Y. Lin So, also participated in the volleyball match. Australia's limited overs skipper Aaron Finch suffered a blow to his head during Victoria's Marsh-Sheffield Shield clash with New South Wales at the MCG on Saturday. The right-handed batter suffered delayed concussion and thus had to be substituted out, with Travis Dean coming in as his replacement for the remainder of the match, reports said. Finch, who was fielding at short leg, was struck on his helmet when Steve O'Keefe played a flick off James Pattinson during the first session on day 2 of the match. The 33-year-old was assessed on the ground immediately and continued fielding after he was cleared by Dr. Trevor James. However, Cricket Victoria said he experienced delayed concussion symptoms during the lunch break. Dean, who replaced Finch, was battling for his premier cricket side Footscray at Windy Hill in Melbourne's northwest when he was told that he needed to retire his innings and drive to the MCG. Now let's take a look at some of the local newspaper headlines.
The Shanghai Express. Public convention resolves to carry on stir, even as Amit Shah meets CSOs to discuss bill. Northeast MPs write to Prime Minister opposing CAB. Cabinet decides to call House session from December 18. Anti-CAB protests held outside Parliament. Truce Pact recognizes integration, says NSCN leader. The People's Chronicle. Centre's policy is not for taking consent, says Ningthauza Lancha. 12 non-BJP NE MPs write to Prime Minister against CAB. Centre has been plotting to create division in the unity of the Northeast region, especially NEFIP justifying an EG passes for the bill, says Dilip Kumar. Convention rejects Home Minister's assurance, vows to continue stir. Government of India's intention of forming territorial council based on ethnic lines in Manipur was reflected during the talk between Kokomi delegation and Union Home Minister Amit Shah on November 25th, says Sunil Karam. 841 teachers transferred, utilized. Shanghai Festival extended, assembly from December 18th. Imphal Free Press. Chief Minister moots converting Wangkai area into handloom handicraft hub. Kokomi's public made resolves to oppose creation of territorial council. Shanghai Fest boycott still on. The Morning Bell. Kokomi's convention resolves to intensify stir, demands a special house session by December 10. Government of India cannot decide issue of ethnic harmony, administrative setup of Manipur. Most local Northeast parties to attend meeting with Shah on CAB. TNAI Janims unit wants to continue its sit-in protest if demands are not met. Assam Congress not to attend CAB meeting. Chief Minister inaugurates Handloom and Handicrafts Mall at Wangkai. Manipur Mail. Manipur left 13 Manipur Polo International Tournament. Manipuri man brings new invention in the world of handloom industry. Coal laborers strike will likely affect Darjeeling tourism, says Himalayan Hospitality and Tourism Development Network. Chief Minister inaugurates state's first Handloom and Handicrafts Mall.
Before we end the bulletin, the top news headlines once again. Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland and Mizoram may be kept out of purview of Citizenship Amendment Bill. Voting underway in 13 seats in first phase of Jharkhand Assembly polls. And Maoists blow up culvert amid first phase of polling in Jharkhand, none heard. That's all for the news today at 1 p.m. Thank you for watching.
Miyam da Sengdok Chaba. I have Lamzingba Group ki marketing section da executive amo